With Sean Strickland, we always fight each other. Like we can't spar. We are both same. That's why if he have fight, he tries to avoid me because he knows that we will fight anyway. Like I was calling out the Reader, I was calling out Bo Nickal, Shara. All these guys were very quiet. Like they didn't say nothing. I still think Adesanya or Whittaker.
Didn't you call out Whittaker and he kind of
Of
dismissed it?
course, both of them.
Yeah.
How you can say something about my performance when his performance was just no punch, one tap.
What do you think about Adesanya training with David Goggins?
I'm very sorry, but I will ask question. Who is David Goggins?
All I know is that we see these fighters get with him and they're all throwing up. When do you think the title would be in your future? And is someone like Reinier de Ritter in your way? OD! ODP! Old Dirty OverDogs podcast. Back in his house. In the new his house. Still working on my setup, but things are looking up, man. I'm gonna make a wish right there. You see them Dragon Balls? I got all 7. I got all 7 Dragon Balls. Dang, look at that dragon spitting out blood right there, man.
I like it. I like the boombox.
Oh yeah, man, fam. Look, my boy was that was when I fought Triller. My boy was there, man. Good times. How we rolling, boys? How you doing, Mac? What's up?
Doing good, man. How are you? How's obviously moving into the new house? That's all going well. Sounds like,
Oh,
right?
super, super stressful. Oh my gosh, the quotes I've been getting for things that we wanted.
Yeah.
I need to make $100 million. Dude.
We got any fight news yet? I know the answer, but where are we at on that, Mike?
I mean, I kind of do have fight news, but I can't share it because it was a stipulation for getting this new home that me and my family are living in. There was a contract brought into play for a future event of when I'll be making some of them big fight check monies. I need more endorsements. So if you're looking, go to YouTube, subscribe to OverDogs Podcast and Dirty Boxing. Dirty Boxing Championships will be coming up June 14th for DBX2 at the Hangar in Coconut Grove, Miami, Florida. Tickets are on sale. I know how Miami is. They like to buy that last week for sure. So get your tickets before Miami locals do. And, support your boy. I'm trying to put things in the right places, trying to get back to the community. We got plans in place. And this year has yet to really get going for me. Besides, Old Faithful here, Dirty Boxing, or, OverDogs Podcast. And that's Old Faithful. It's my dogs. We in the building. It's a little bit of therapy. I got to communicate. I got to talk. It's good for me. Can't keep it in. Got to let it out. Mac, how do you do it, man?
How am I doing?
How do you do it?
Dude, I don't know, bro. I just wing it.
Keep it in. Push it down.
Yeah. I had a question for you. Now you made me forget. Don't turn it on me. The puppies are doing good. That's pretty much the only news I got. We got NBA playoffs. We got hockey playoffs. The fights are all good, So everything. Looking forward to DBX2. So everything's good on this end. But you tweeted the other day. I don't remember this. In the Last of Us show, and I want to know what that is because I'm trying to debate on whether or not to watch it.
So. You haven't seen The Last of Us? You haven't played?
I've never played The Last of Us, but I understand. I watched the first season, I think, but I've seen a lot of backlash about season 2, and I saw you tweet about it. I want to know what happened.
I was playing the game during season 1, and it was exactly the same. Whatever happened in the game was happening in the show. and I was getting ahead, and I was playing the game further along than the show, and then I would watch the show and be like, oh, that's in the game. So then, and it was like exactly the same. And now, spoiler alert, so if you didn't watch it, there was like, so the one girl on the show who is immune to being bitten, she gets bit like this. They were running through like the subway, and then this girl gets through the other side of the spinny, like handrails thing, right?
Yeah.
And then she's pulling, trying to get the other girl through, and a zombie's coming. And then she puts her hand, and the zombie bites her hand, and then she pulls her through, and then all the zombies get stuck on the thing. And the girl's worried about it. She's like, oh man, she got bit. And then she pulls a gun on her, and she's like, wait, I'm immune. Finally, like, says it. She's like, I've been bitten before, this and that. I'm immune. And then the girl watches her forever, and she's like sleeping, and like water drops on her, and she's like, ah, and she's like, no, it's just water. She like kind of woke up like a zombie. It was kind of funny. And then they're like getting it on, the two girls. And then I'm like, what? Where did that come from? Like, there's zombies everywhere. One girl is, not as attractive as the other. And then they're like getting it on. And you're like, what are these directors doing? They're just throwing in random. Everyone was so mad when they killed the Mandalorian guy. They killed him. He's gone. So Joel, they killed Joel, and then everyone was so mad, and now they're just making the two girls like have
Just scissor. Okay, well, what's your overall rating? What's Mike Perry's rating of season 2 so far?
I don't mind it. It's not as good as season 1 in my opinion. But I'm not mad at it. I don't want to get.
We'll say a B minus. It's a B minus, guys. There you go. Go check it out. Mike Perry said so.
plus.
Yeah. What'd you think about the fights? Obviously, we'll get into that with our guest here in a few. But what fights kind of stood out? Oh wait, dude. You know what? We'll save that if you want to for when we get our guest on. What about the boxing fights? Piss.
Yeah, Rolly beat Garcia.
That was impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to him. He got that done. I've been seeing some weird videos of him online though.
Like what?
Just some of his trash talk, I guess. And like, I saw a video of him holding a mouthpiece, and somebody was like writing on it, and they were talking about some stuff. Like, I think Rolly started saying like, "Oh, he's not my type." I was like, "What the hell is this? What is going on?"
I'm gonna have to look for that.
That was a weird one. He was like in a car holding a mouthpiece, and the guy's like writing on it with Sharpie. It was so weird. I'm like, why am I watching this? And Teofimo, he performed.
He looked good.
Haney, they've been posting a meme about him running or something, but he got the win. Good for him. He's back in the win column after hard times. Maybe Ryan Garcia was on. And then he fought Rolly, and he wasn't on. And
apparently there's a video of Rolly dropping Ryan Garcia with the exact same combo in sparring like 5 years ago. Dropped him in sparring with the exact same. Yeah, I need to look up those videos you're talking about. But did you see like how Devin Haney and the Devin Haney fight? Why am I forgetting who he fought? I know who it is. But, okay, Devin Haney, that fight had, like, the record or tied for the record for the least amount of significant strikes, like, ever thrown in a fight. Did you know that? Straight up. I'm not making that up.
I didn't
And
know
then the
that.
next night, Canelo like tied the same like type of record, like record amount of least punches thrown in a fight, all the way from like Rolly Romero versus Ryan Garcia, the Devin Haney fight, and Canelo Scroll. All three of those.
Canelo versus Bud Crawford, though.
Yeah, yeah. What
That
do you have
one,
on that?
I mean, it's too early to tell, but like I feel like it's being set up in a way for Bud Crawford to be either the GOAT or Canelo is great again. And I mean, Canelo's been great. He's still been winning his fights, but Bivol gave him problems because he went up some weight classes, but Bud's going up a weight class now. So I think it's a really interesting fight. Canelo's thicker and heavy, but he's short, and Crawford's going to have speed and a little bit of length, maybe. It's an interesting fight. Canelo always comes with a proper plan, even though you're saying, he didn't go punch crazy in his last fight on Saturday.
Did you see Turkey? His Excellency, and I'm not, His Excellency Turkey. I forget his last name, but holding Terrence's Crawford's hand in the ring when he was like making him face off. Like, have you ever seen videos like him holding Dana White's hand, walking him around, and he's standing in the ring holding Terrence Crawford's hand? Like, okay, you're gonna fight him. Like, I was like, what would Mike do if Turkey grabbed his hand? Like, would Mike walk around with a dude holding his hand, leading him around anywhere? What amount of money does that require to get Mike Perry to hold your hand like that?
That's the thing, man. Money.
That's the thing. That's the thing. If you can get Dana White holding your hand like that, what type of money is that, Mike? Tell me.
But I'm building the dream. I just need my bills to get paid. So, I'm not holding no hands. I'm waiting, I've always wondered, like, is there gonna be a day I'm gonna meet Turkey Alashiki? I don't know.
And he just goes, "Come on, let me talk to you. You just take my hand." And he walks you through an arena and goes,
That's
all
the
this.
thing. I've been to the Middle East, and it's kind of, there's some things like that over there. It's very brotherly. The brotherly Muslim countries, and they eat mansif, which is like rice with yogurt and lamb and cashews in it, and you eat it with your hands, and it's hot, and like you got this big plate, and everybody's around just making balls of it with their hands, and then you just eat it. And
isn't that like a crawfish boil, like in Louisiana and shit? I mean, it's really not that much
rice
different.
and yogurt and lamb.
Yeah, that's. Are you big on lamb? What's your favorite animal to eat that's not a cow or a chicken or a pig? Or a fish? No fish.
Okay, you just gave a lot of them, but I love.
Yeah, so it's got to be a weird one.
No, it's not. I love duck. I love.
Not everyone eats duck though. A lot of people haven't never even had duck.
I always think about Dave Chappelle saying, "Oh, I never thought, me and my kids would just be covered in duck grease because we're just so wealthy or something and just eating duck all the time." And it's like, is duck really an expensive cuisine? Peking duck in Miami is amazing. They got all the little red ducks all marinated, sitting in the glass window, and then you order the Peking duck and it comes out. It's got a little bit of crisp, a little bit of crispy skin, a little bit of fatty part. I try to, get around the fat sometime. Good stuff. Some elk.
Elk's good, 100%.
Wagyu. You said beef, but like there's different kinds of beef.
Oh yeah.
I was cooking up a fiesta yesterday. I had the, it was Cinco de Mayo. I had the carne asada chopped up. I threw it on the grill at the new Crivo. Corn on the cobs you cook them in the damn leaves. It's so good when you do that.
Oh yeah. I always leave them wrapped. I just like maybe take off one loose leaf, rinse them with some water so there's a little moisture in there. Toss it on the grill just like that. It'll cook just fine. Yeah, 100%.
Straight out the pesticides. Just cook them. Cook them, no water.
All right, I thought of another question for you before we got a couple seconds here, a couple minutes. What did you think? You might not even care at all. What do you think about Jeremy Stevens' return to the UFC?
I thought his boxing looked good. Compared to the mixed martial artist he was punching on, he had some good power. But his opponent was throwing good kicks, which was messing up his boxing. And he started turning on the grappling. But, like, if you look at the damage at the end of the fight, Jeremy was feeding him some damage. His face was getting beat up. Kid was tough.
Pockets. Sorry, I meant to yell at my dog.
Yeah, jock itch.
I said pocket. But we could talk about jock itch too. Pocket's the husky. She's in the room next to me and she's whining. So I was all, Pocket, shut up. I tried to be sneaky, but didn't mute. Go ahead.
That was Jeremy. So then there's, D-Rod did his thing in the Ponzinibbio fight. They were having a good fight, 2 rounds, and then D-Rod landed that left hook in the third. Ponzi's been in a lot of fights. He's had some win streaks. He's had some, Kevin Holland cleaned his clock. And, D-Rod's got some hands. He did stuff the takedowns, like I said. Even though I got my picks wrong, I kind of said what was going to happen. I was like, if D-Rod doesn't pick him apart and stuff the takedowns, and that's what he did. He picked him apart, stuffed the takedowns. And then, what was the other one?
Obviously Bo Nickal.
The Ritter.
Dude.
The Ritter is a problem.
That dude's sneaky good. Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's not sneaky anymore.
It's not sneaky anymore.
They know now he's a problem. That's crazy, bro.
What impressed you the most about what he did?
He fought. He just fought. And Bo was trying to be technical, and he was trying to stick and move. He was trying to pick his timing. He was trying to find, big punches and then an entry, but he was being patient, too patient. And the Ritter was just bringing it to him. He's a big guy, tall, very aggressive style, because it's kind of an awkward MMA style. He'll switch stances. He did it throwing the knee to the body. He broke Bo's, he got in there. He broke his body with the shot with the knee to the gut, and it was the second one. He hurt him with it, and then he took him out with it. So yeah, we got Dolidze in the lobby. Our guest is here. Go ahead, bring him on in here. Roman Dolidze. Hey, brother, how you doing?
Hey. Good. How are you?
I'm good, sir. Looking spiffy over there. You ready to go do some business or what?
Yeah, I'm always ready.
Yes, sir. Get to the money.
Yeah. I remember you from Jackson Wink.
We trained at Jackson Wink together.
I was making first steps back then. I was a grappler, and John invited me to train with him. And I remember you, but you left very fast after that.
Yeah, I was there for a couple months, and then I think we won a fight, and then I left, and then I came back for a little bit, and I had that fight against Cowboy.
Yes. There's so much drama.
Drama. Big drama show. Big drama show, for sure.
Yeah.
Being that you have trained at Jackson Wink and Extreme Couture, 2 of the more major camps that we see in the UFC, what are some big differences that you've noticed about their training regimens?
You are asking me where I feel better training wise?
Kinda.
That's a question. Okay, I understand the question, but
like, what are
each
they
place
different?
have.
How are they different?
Uh, each place have different things what I like. When I was in Albuquerque, it was my first steps. I was training with John Jones, and it was big opportunity for me
Hmm.
because I was his main sparring partner, and nobody quite knew me back then. I was fighting in organization in Ukraine, and it was big thing for me.
Hmm.
And I learned a lot of stuff with John, and now I'm in Extreme Couture. We have a lot of different good sparring partners, and this is probably the main difference for me that I can have a sparring partner for any fight, any kind of opponent, stylistically different guys, and I can prepare for anybody in Extreme Couture.
Mm. Do you have any good gym battle stories at either one? Like, maybe Sean Strickland at Extreme Couture.
And me with Sean Strickland, we always fight each other. Like we can't spar. We are both same. That's why if he have fight, he tries to avoid me because he knows that we will fight anyway. Like we can't spar just light, or we can't do it when I know that he have fight and I need to be careful. I still don't care. I will go 100% with him. That's why we try to avoid each other when we have fights.
Is that just because you both just have like that dog in you, or like there's a respect there, right? Or is there some type of beef where it's also like, well,
No, 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 no beef. Before, I was raised very strict and much different than Sean.
mhm.
Mhm.
And in the beginning, it was strange for me because we always judge people how we are raised, and we try to see in them same qualities and same things. But I quickly understand that we are very much different. But it doesn't mean that Sean is a bad guy. He's a good guy. He's a much better person than he thinks about himself. It is his role what he's playing, for everybody else. But deep inside, I think he have. It's not issues, but things what bothers him. That's why he acting like that. And when I understand this, I start looking at him from different point of view, and I stop judging him. Let's say like that. And if you ask why we are going hard in sparring, yes, John love to bully people in sparring. I'm just when somebody is trying to pressure me, and John is a pressure. Jonas, sorry, Strickland. When Strickland is a pressure fighter, and if he will try to pressure me, 100%, I'll go forward and try to hit as hard as I can. That's all.
Respect. I like that.
You're Georgian, Roman?
Georgian, and I'm in Georgia now. I live in Georgia.
Nice.
Okay, so I wanted to ask that belt behind you. What is that
Yes.
from?
This is belt from Ukraine. I my career first six fights all was in Ukraine. I have only two organizations where I fought. It's WWFC, Ukrainian promotion, and UFC. That's all what I know about fighting. And this belt is from there, and it means a lot for me. And it's my office now. We are in my office in my grocery store, and it's always with me.
I was gonna say it
Okay.
looks like it could be a barber shop or something. I wasn't sure where you were. It looks cool though.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. I have a lot of different gifts here you can see, but from around the world, people are sending me some stuff, and I have here a lot of things from Italy, from US, from Russia, from Ukraine, from anywhere.
Are any of those trophies from your soccer days? Because that's something I
Uh,
wanted to bring up.
I have from soccer days. I have only goalkeeper gloves,
Mhm. You played professionally though, right?
professional. Last 3 years, I played in Turkey.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
When fans send you stuff, when fans send you stuff, do they put something in the package they want you to sign and send back? Do you send it back?
It's always, and I always send it back. It's all mostly they do it when I'm in Las Vegas, and they know where I'm training. And yes, they send me a lot of things to sign, and sometimes they send me also gifts. But also my friends who knows that I love strange things, and I have a lot of strange things here. They always gift me some when they're going somewhere. They're coming back with something.
That's
Like I
weird.
have megalodon tooth, like 20 million years old, probably.
Oh shit!
What, you have something 20 million years old?
Like a shark
Yeah,
tooth?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, conspiracies.
Joke. It's not 20 million. I apologize. 20,000. I'm sorry. My English not so good to say that, but
Oh well, still, it's old as shit. Yeah, it's old as
Yeah, that's okay. So why you got the telescope right there? Who you watching?
this is also gift. This is also gift, and I love. That's a quite good question because I love like watching. I don't know how to say it correct in English.
astronomy. Yeah.
Universe, and it's always was interesting for me because I'm always interested in things what I don't know and I don't understand, and that's a definitely thing what I don't understand how it works, and I have so many questions, and I was raised in church school, and some kind of problems I have because of my curiosity, because of my parents. I was reading a lot, and I have questions to in the church school, and it was hard to answer these questions. Because I was too young to have these thoughts in my head, but until these days, that's why I have all these things around me, and universe is one of the things what I it's magical for me and very much interesting. And it also shows how not so important and such smaller things what's around us here,
That's
and that makes me think a lot.
that's funny, man. I went through the exact same thing. So you're kind of like a Roman Galileo, you know? Like you sat there and went through your shit. I had so many questions growing up. That's really interesting. And like, so you not only did you play professional soccer, you were a shipbuilding engineer. So it goes into you have always been curious.
Yeah, education. That's why I got in Ukraine. That's why I started. I got to Ukraine because of education, shipbuilding engineering.
Hmm.
And this was after soccer. And my father is engineer, but he's civil engineer. It's different. My mother is doctor, and they always want me to be educated. Sport for them was something like not so important. Very important for men to be like strong, but not so important like for life.
Yeah.
And when I had some things going on with soccer, they decide, let's say, true, that okay, now it's time to resume with the education. And I went to Ukraine, and it was their choice, their pick to choose shipbuilding engineering. But after time, when I get into it, I understand that I want to resume in other things also, and I'm also master's degree in management and economy,
Man.
in a way of also marine, like a ship, how to say, port and stuff like that. I don't know how to correctly say it.
I get what you mean. No, you're talking about, yeah, like where the ships come in, they dock and
Yes,
everything. Yeah. Yeah.
correct. So economy from this side, but management is everywhere. Management, no.
And you said you own a store. You're sitting in your office at a store?
Yeah, it is my store, my grocery store. It's like couple floors, and I have in one. I have my office here, and I like this place a lot because I spend a lot of time here.
This dude can do everything, man.
You feeding the town. They come and buy groceries.
Yeah, and then now we did the new thing. We opened a bakery, and it's also new stuff. Like for me, and the problem because now I'm not cutting weight, but still I'm very heavy because of bakery. Because I'm testing everything, and I'm telling I like it or I don't like it, and it's a little bit hard.
Oh, that's great, man. So you're a really smart guy. You got your stuff put together. You got businesses flowing. You got master's degrees, and how do you use your smarts when you're fighting?
First of all, I want to say thank you that you think that it's all about me, what you said, and I hope yes, it's
You're
important
welcome.
for me not to be like one dimensioned. It was always for me very important Even in Ukraine, when I had my gym, I always was teaching my students that it's not important what kind of fighter you will be, because I see a lot of fighters in my life, but few of them are good men also.
Mm.
And also I know how hard it is to become a fighter, professional fighter, and also to become a fighter who earns enough to provide to his family. And I knew that not so much people from them will become such a good fighter, and I wanted them to be, first of all, good educated men, and fighting, if it happened, it's okay. But main thing point what I was telling to them and trying to show, that education is important. You can't just rely only on sport, because I see a lot of people who rely on sport, leave everything, put everything only for sport, and after time, after a couple of years, they don't have nothing, no education, no sport, and they are done as people in life. That's why it was important. And about question, how it helps me with fighting, that's a very good question, because sometimes I think that I need to use more brain during fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And people who know me, they know that I'm a grappler. I'm high level grappler, and I don't use it. In UFC, I don't have no finish with submission, and that's a
Wow.
good question. Probably I need to use more brain, and using brain means more grapple in fights, and that can help me a lot. But there, I always tell that there is two people inside me. One is this Roman who is speaking with you, and other Roman is who fights and going crazy. And the
Wow.
guy who is going crazy, he's more fight with anger. And last couple fights only I fought, and I tried to control my anger. Before, if you will look my fight, I was going crazy from first minute of fight. Yes, let's go. Like, and it was hard, and I will explain what was wrong. I was losing my energy. No, I didn't have enough cardio for
Mm-hmm.
that. Because in first and second round, and I was done. Not because I have a good cardio, just because I can't control my anger. And my last fight prove everybody that I can go 5 rounds against guy like Marvin. Marvin is a cardio guy who goes hard till last round, and no matter if he is losing, he still go forward. And last fourth and fifth round, I just to more push him more, just to prove myself first of all, and that this control of anger works, and it did really worked.
What was that difference like going from 3 round fights to getting that 25 minutes in with a tough guy like Marvin who can take a shot and you just have to, you know, keep sticking and moving, keep, implementing your game plan. What was that extra 10 minutes like?
I will not say it was something very special and different. It was just for me, like I knew that I need to work more, and before this fight, I knew that I need to be more smart. How I measure my cardio and power. Like I knew that Roman, calm down, work smarter, don't go 100% from beginning, and it did work very well, because it wasn't my first fight. It was my second fight,
Oh, okay.
and every fight is a fight for me. No matter who is my opponent, I'm always concentrated. But this anger, this is something what I need to work with, definitely.
Speaking of your smarts, you're I'm not like I'm definitely an MMA enthusiast. I mean, I know my stuff. I'd like to assume, but as far as like really technical Brazilian jiu-jitsu techniques and stuff like that, you might lose me on certain things. But when you look up Roman Dolidze, it's one of the only people that comes up with what's called the K guard. Can you explain how you've implemented K guard into MMA for people that are even a little bit more casual than I am, coming from that,
Yeah,
BJJ?
uh, everything is there is no secret. I was an angry guy in everything. When I was a soccer player, I was willing to be the best, no matter what I'm doing in my life. I have grocery store, I have bakery, I have this or that. I'm trying to be the best. I don't, I don't, I can't do stuff only 50%. Same happened with grappling. I started when I was 22 years old. When I go to Ukraine, I needed some sport in my life, and out of nowhere, I started watching Pride, the Japan Pride times, and there was Fyodor Emelianenko, and I found out that he's a sambo guy, combat sambo, and I tried to find it, and I find it in my university, but it wasn't. When I go to training, it wasn't looking like Pride. No, it was just combat sambo, and that's why there was another guy who loved jujitsu, and he showed me something new for me, and I liked jujitsu more, and I started training with him without coach, just in a corner. And he had gi, he was a jiu-jitsu guy, I didn't have gi, and I became grappler. This is how it happened. And very fast, probably after 1 year, I became Ukraine champion. I won everything. After 3 years, I won Europe. After 4 years of starting, I won the Worlds. I won ADC trials, a lot of stuff. And there is no secret. It's just my anger and my willing to be the best in anything what I do. And I'm the guy who don't like also doing techniques. I'm the guy who likes going live. Like no matter jiu-jitsu, MMA, I just like to go live. And everything what I know it from rolling. If I know some technique, I know it just because I did it during rolling. And there's asking me K-guard, it's just thing what I liked doing most because I'm a leg locker, and it's easy from that position take leg from Halgar to take leg lock for me. And Hermansson, I know what kind of fight you're talking about. Hermansson is a very high level talented jiu-jitsu guy. He have wins over very serious jiu-jitsu guys like Jacare and the other guys. And when he take me down first time, I don't know why he didn't understand it was mistake, because it was I just sweep him like so easy first time. And second time I just got him in a calf slicer and submit him. There is no secret. There is nothing. It wasn't like I was working on it for 10 years. No, it's just thing what I was doing during training, and I'm doing it good. If I'm not doing something, it's because I don't understand how it works during live rolling. If I'm doing something, that means that I'm just doing it always when I'm rolling.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Man, I haven't really done jiu-jitsu in quite some time. I'm more focused on the boxing. Guys, like we were talking about it before you came on, Jeremy Stevens had a fight in the UFC again.
Yeah. So,
And you could see his boxing level had been up. I mean, he put some damage on his opponent, but the all-around MMA aspect, he was getting kicked, kicking his legs, throwing spinning wheel kicks at his head, and then the grappling started taking over on the takedowns. He was able to, get to the decision. He wasn't going to get submitted, but it was more of control. And, like I remember doing jiu-jitsu and guys always in training just, it tore my body up. Like people always trying to wrench on my neck in a guillotine or pull on my knees. And I mean, I was very good at jiu-jitsu, but how do you keep your body, you have to be a certain type of relaxed in jiu-jitsu, and you got to go with the flow state. You don't fight anything too hard, but also you like the anger. And I use that as well. I would sometimes just stand up with a guy who got me in a crucifix. I would just stand up, like, get off of me. And, that tore my body up. But how do you keep your body fresh and loose? Is it your diet? Do you stretch? Do you do ice baths? What is your regiment like to take care of yourself?
yeah, very good thing about me. It's like I don't have so much injuries just because I start doing martial arts very late. I was 22 years old, and it's quite late for some people. And I started like doing MMA it's like 28 years old. And I don't have so much injuries. That's why my body is like fresh. Even I'm now 36 years old, and some people think, "Oh, Roman is too old." No, every day I'm finding something new. Just today, during training in the morning, and just because I start very late and I'm learning every day, day by day. And about grappling, I will tell you this: I have a lot of experience, and I'm calm there because I know everything what my opponent can offer. I'm ready for anything what can he do there, and that's why it's easier for me not be scared to do something. Because some guys, when you take them down, they are struggling because they are scared that they will do some mistakes and you will submit them, or they will be in bad positions. I'm not scared of bad position. I can find a way out from any position, and I feel comfortable there. That's probably the main secret what I can tell you about how to feel on the ground good, because you need to be experienced and not be nervous when something is happening. You need to say, okay, no problem, I will move the other side, I will find this side. And this comes only with experience. And about recovery, I like we have I'm living I'm building now house in mountains not so far from here. And I have a river on my land, very cold mountain river. And always when I have time, especially in the mornings when I go there to check what workers are they doing there, because workers are same everywhere, and I need to control them also. And before I go to them, I'm going to that river, and it's definitely that I like this feeling of this cold. It's not so cold as a hot, cold tub or something, but it's still like fresh, very fresh, especially in winter.
That's really interesting. I like what you said there. I see lots of people training their kids at such a young age. Like, I've been getting tagged in a 2-year-old putting like wraps on. Like, maybe that's too young to even matter. But, you see 10-year-olds, 8-year-olds having full mixed martial arts bouts, and they're really skilled in jujitsu and all these things. But the fact that you said you started late and your body didn't go through that, you were too busy working on your mind at a young age, in books, doing engineering and studying and becoming smarter. That's, I don't really want to train my son like that. I don't want him to have sparring or anything. I want maybe hit some pads on boxing, but I don't want him to have contact until much later in life, 20s, in his 20s. That makes a lot of sense that you don't have any old injuries. When you're young, your body is fragile, and yes, you heal, and pain is like, you're young, you're made of rubber, but you probably are twisting up your child's body, and they're not having a chance to develop as a man before they start doing, stressful things like wrestling, jujitsu, MMA, punching, boxing, all those things. So that's really interesting. But, a battle of the minds with you and another amazing grappler. We're trying to make the fight happen. And when do you think the title would be in your future? And is someone like Reinier de Ridder in your way? How does that
Yeah.
fight go?
Uh, I'm on the level now in my career. I was calling him out before my
Mm-hmm.
Marines fight,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of guys, I like to fight a lot. I don't like to waste my time and waiting opponents and stuff like that. I was calling out the Reader. I was calling out Bo Nickal,
Mm-hmm.
Shara. All
Mm-hmm.
these guys were very quiet, like they didn't say nothing. And then after win over Marvin, I'm now number 8, I think. And for now, doesn't make sense to
Yep.
go back to fight him. I'm not. I'm never neglecting nobody's no skills and stuff. I don't speak. Never speak about nobody like that. But for now, I don't think I need to fight him.
It
I
doesn't make
think for
business sense for you to fight them. You'd be fighting down.
zero,
They both
zero.
lost. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and especially when I think there is a lot of guys who need to fight. Top 5 guys, nobody have fight. They all need to fight. They all need opponents, and I'm a 3-fight win streak after main event win. and I think they will give me somebody like. I still think there will be somebody with Adesanya or Whittaker, somebody from there.
Okay.
Didn't you call out Whittaker and he kind of
Of
dismissed it?
course, both of them.
Yeah.
He didn't dismiss it. He tried to brings some funny, childish excuses why he doesn't want to fight me or stuff like that. I say, okay, just say that he don't want to fight me. How you can say something about my performance when his performance was just no punch, one tap. This was his performance, like last fight.
Well,
And
we need to see before he fights a killer like you again. We need to see Whittaker bounce back from that horrible loss against Hamzat. Hamzat has been pretty dominant, and
yeah.
you know, you made me think of it with Adesanya. Obviously, those are the top guys in that division with you right there. What do you think about Adesanya training with David Goggins? Have you seen any of that?
I'm very sorry, but I will ask question. Who is David Goggins? I'm sorry.
I don't even really know. I just know he runs. That's really all I know.
All I know is that we see these fighters get with him and they're all throwing up. And they're just
Okay, no,
walking. They're just walking
no problem.
upstairs for like 3.5 hours until they throw up, I guess. I
Okay.
went for a walk. I went for a
That means
20-mile
that he's
walk.
throw up coach. He just
I'm
He's
fairly certain
military.
he's a drill sergeant. Like he was in the military before, so he
okay.
treats like these little workouts like military training almost. That's why he makes you puke, I guess. That's all I know about him.
No, I don't know who will be my opponent. Yeah, I don't know who will be my opponent. Adesanya Whittaker. This is the fight. What makes sense. That's why I can say them. Let's say that I always wanted to fight Hamzat, but Hamzat, let's say true, he deserved to fight for title. Imamov, he deserved to fight title. I'm talking about top guys, top five guys. Sean Strickland. We trained together. And if there is a guys who are coming out of loss, like Adesanya have three, Whittaker have not such a good performance, I will still keep like Roman who don't say nothing bad, and I will say just bad performance. And I think they need to both of them need to fight down. And listen, I deserve that fight, and I'm here, and they need opponents, and that makes sense. But the reader is. I was like I said, I was interested in him. He didn't say nothing. Now Shara, after he lost, he started calling me out. I said, "Listen, Shara, you are not in top 15 even. Like, how you can call me out?" And he was quiet when I was. I think I was ranked number 9, and he was ranked number 13. And I was, "Let's go, let's do this. It's a good spot for you. I don't have opponent. Let's do this." Back then, he didn't say nothing.
So the only two people bring behind you that I could see you considering a good decision to fight would be like De Ritter, obviously. That one might
Yeah,
work for you.
makes sense.
What about the name value of Paulo Costa? Because Paulo Costa versus you would be fun. He's below you, but he's got big name value if Robert and
You
Izzy don't
know,
want to fight.
I also was calling him out. It's not like I wasn't calling this guy. I was. I was saying, listen, you all guys need to fight. Just I'm ready. Let's go. Let's fight. And all of them like they don't say nothing, and I don't know what to say. And now I think now I don't need them. Like
Yeah.
why? That doesn't make sense for me. Like for what? What's the reason for me to do this? Because even when I was calling them out, they were way below me. Like I just wanted to fight. Now I think a lot of guys need to fight there, and I'm here. I deserve it, and I'm ready to do it. And that's all what matters for me.
It sounds like
If the guys,
trajectory. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mike.
sorry, if the guys ahead of you feel
Yeah.
that they might feel a similar, because we get this conversation all the time with you top guys, and I know that you have to finagle your way through and weave your way ups and downs through the shit of the game. You're like, oh, I've been calling you out and nothing happened, and now I'm ahead of you, and now you want to. But when they say something, and the thing about De Ritter is he just fought a big name.
He's on an upward trajectory. He hasn't gone back down.
I was calling them out when I was on top of them.
Yeah.
They wasn't on top of me. I was calling them when I was
Right.
number 9. And the reader wasn't even in rankings.
But I'm saying is like with his trajectory, if he wanted to make that happen, and you mentally were like, anytime, anywhere, I'm
Easy.
above you, I'm below you, it doesn't matter the rankings, I smash your face in and I choke you out, brother.
Doesn't matter rankings, but matters way to the title. You can't fight for a
Right.
title beating guys way outside of the top 10. That's all what matters for me. I will explain you why. I never choose opponents, never. I was always fighting. I was like, I didn't care. But what makes sense now, it's time for me. Let's be honest. Like, it's not like I'm like 26 years old
Right.
and I can fight forever.
Right.
I'm 36 years old, and I know that I have not so much years left. It's not I'm saying this thing just because I want to fight somebody on top of me. No, I want to fight for title. I'm not saying I just want to fight and that's all. I'm when I was
That makes sense.
not there, like not on the place where I can be like after 1 2 fights I can fight for title. I didn't care who I will fight.
Right.
When I was not ranked, I didn't care. I was just fighting anybody. Maybe you didn't know, but my last 9 fights, I think 8 times I was underdog,
Hmm.
and 7 times I won. Like, well, that's who I'm fighting. I never fought. One time I was favorite with Smith, Anthony Smith.
Hmm.
Last 9 fights.
So it sounds like, okay, so you're like, look, it's going to take this many fights against good opponents that makes sense for me to get to a title, which is the goal. You're not like trying to leapfrog anyone and pick and select fights. Not
No.
to put him down any more than he's already kind of been put down since this performance, but definitely I want to talk to you about this. Bo Nickal came into the game saying, it's pretty much how many fights I want whenever I want the title. You look at what happened to him. You're trying to do the opposite. Just take fights that make sense because you know you need enough reps before you earn
For
what you
sure.
want. What do you think about the way Bo Nickal approached it, his performance? Because I get what you're saying. What do you think about Bo and the way he tried to approach this and leapfrog everyone, and then his performance, and then also what do you think about the backlash he's getting from a lot of the fans?
I don't care what fans are talking about. These guys are like dreamers. Most of them, like they are warriors from the couch. It's like doesn't make sense for me. What are they talking about? Most of them, let's say truth,
Yeah.
because they speak some crazy things about everybody,
Yeah.
matters they like you or not. And I'm type of the guy who don't like to talk a lot. That's why in America they like trash talkers, and I'm not that type of guy. That's why they talk about me, things like that also. But about Bo Nickal, I think that yes, he was trying to find ways to get there, like little by little. If you look his opponents, they wasn't like super high level guys and who can give problems to him. And the Reader was, I think, good matchup, and this fight was made for Bo because the Reader is not super high level striker, and the Reader is a good jiu-jitsu guy. When if you look his striking, he's quite slow, like and don't have so much power, but he's very good on the ground. And they maybe UFC thought that he can like manage him on the ground and not get in troubles, but you saw what happened. And I also was calling him out just because of his name, and people loved him, Bo Nickal. I don't know why. And I was even saying that if something happens and I will not get like Adesanya or Whittaker, maybe it will be good if Bo Nickal win the fight and he have good name, and that will help me. Like I say, okay, this guy have name, and let's go, let's do this because he have a lot of following. Anyway, no matter what they say. The same happened with Holland, Kevin Holland.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Holland wasn't ranked, and I was back then ranked number 10, I think. And I said, I will fight him just because he have a name, and I fought him. It's that's only what matters. And about Whittaker and Adesanya, these guys are coming from loss. That's the difference. And then you said that they want to fight up, but how? Why?
Right.
Adesanya is 3 fights. He lost three in a row Whittaker also from losing and performance like that. I think they both need to fight somebody lower than them, and let's go. That's all.
That's interesting.
And I don't like some. I don't want people to think that I don't want to fight. Let's see what UFC will offer me. I didn't get no offer yet, but
Right.
they're. Let's see.
You
Let's see what they say.
you make perfect sense because it's like you were
Yeah.
doing those favors. It's not, let's not call it even a favor. Like you were taking those fights that you feel Robert should be taking with you. You were giving, like you just said, you took Kevin Holland. He wasn't ranked. You were 10. But it's
Yeah.
because each little scenario plays out a little bit different and it makes sense. But now it's your turn to get someone to give you the same opportunity because you've done it for long enough. Is that fair to say?
You know what? It was very dangerous also when I took the Smith's fight because I had two in a row loss, and Smith was my third fight, and it was different division. Smith was from win over the very good guy right before me. He won the undefeated Brazilian in Brazil. Uh, Very good striker, very good striker, and he submit him. And he was talking about title fights and stuff like that. I mean, and it was for me. I landed in Vegas from outside another side of the world 5 days before fight. Jet lag, all this stuff, and it was very dangerous for me because probably if I would lost, UFC would say bye bye, Roman. Probably, who knows? And I said, no, I don't care. I'm ready. And I know what I'm because I need to take these risks if I'm feeling as a warrior and what makes sense, just to prove, listen, I'm capable to do anything, but what makes sense for me. Because I couldn't choose nothing because I was in 2 fights losing streak. I will fight anybody, no problem. I will prove if I have to prove. Same Holland, he didn't do nothing for my career. But Marvin was good fight, of course.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it from him. Yeah. They offered me Marvin. Now I didn't. I said, listen, just ask him. You know my answer. And we fought. And I think, a lot of times like these things happen with me in my career. Like Hermansson's fight, 11 days notice.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Stay
And I'm
ready.
fighting. Like it's not like I'm avoiding fights. And Hermansson fight also was dangerous. I was the 3 fight win streak. I had the back-to-back bonuses right before Hermansson. And I could say, listen, I'm in a good spot in my career. Better, I will prepare better and I will fight somebody after. No, I didn't say that. It was good opportunity for me. He was number 8 ranked. And I said,
Who
let's
calls
change
you?
my contract and let's go.
Your manager calls you and says, "We have this," or does Hunter call you and they say, "Hey, man, we got
No,
this name"?
Ali. Mostly I
Ah,
speak with Mick also
okay,
sometimes,
okay,
and Ali are also calling me. But sometimes if something is like going not like they want, Mick will call me and he will
okay.
speak with me. Mick, yeah,
That's cool,
and
Mick. Hit him up, man. He's ready for that offer, man. Let's get him a battle,
uh,
and we want to watch it on.
I'm very glad with the UFC also. Let me say that because when I started fighting and making some money, I was grown man already. Like I was 30 years old when I did first fight in UFC, and I clearly understand how things work, like how business working. No, I have grocery stores. I will not sell here products what nobody buys.
Mm.
This is for the same for UFC.
You got to get the platinum tequila on the shelves, right?
I still have some Nemirov vodka with the UFC label on it. Like I thought Nemirov doesn't work with UFC anymore, but I still have it. I don't know
Hell
why.
yeah.
The
Yeah, and
beer,
yeah, very strange. Nemirov.
is that a person?
No, Nemirov is a vodka.
Yeah, like the vodka, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know. Mac, you knew that?
I think so. Are you talking about how do you spell it? SM?
Nemirov. Nemirov was a UFC sponsor. They were sponsoring UFC for.
Is it the one we call Smirnoff?
No, there is
No.
Smirnov and Nemirov too.
Okay, okay, no, I was close, Mike. I was close.
I think I remember it a little bit.
Yeah.
What's that they called? Mandela effect. Is the Berenstein Bears? The books are
Yeah.
different and shit like that.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
Fruit of the Loom doesn't
Yeah.
have the what's it called? The
The logo? The
yeah,
logo?
sure.
I know what you're talking about though, Mike.
Yeah, I get it.
Let me get one more thing out of you. Okay, so Georgia versus Dagestan. Is that like a thing? Like you guys you guys got Marab, you got Ilya, you got Jakadze. There's been a lot of Georgian takeover. Just give us the history on what's going on with that.
Uh,
And like how serious it is. Like a lot of us Americans don't really understand,
Serious, it is Dagestan, Georgia, I mean.
yeah, and just the Georgia takeover in general. Yeah.
I will tell you from my perspective. For me, it's very childish and doesn't make sense. I don't like when people are bringing nationalities and countries and stuff like that in sport. For me, it's just sport, and I was raised like that. That I never, I never judge no man by his religion or his nationality. We always judge men by his actions. If he's acting good, he's a man, and we will respect him. I will respect him no matter what religion he believes or where he's from. That's why that's very childish. I see and hear a lot in the UFC when some guys want and like to hit fights, they use this thing. But I don't see this nonsense, and that's why for me it's a little bit hard. And in beginning my career, it was very hard for me fighting because all this stuff around me, what I was seeing and how people were behaving, it was very hard for me because I was raised differently, and some things was touching my pride, and some things were like how they can do this, how they can speak like that. Now I understand that some guys doesn't worth their words. They just throw it away. That's just throw and forget. And I never do this, I'm responsible for any word what I'm saying. No matter, I'm not saying I'm the 100% good guy. I'm not saying 100% I'm saying right things, but I'm still responsible when bad think what I say. But these guys, they just throw these words just to heat up fight and sell them more. And that's why when they bring this thing about Dagestan, Georgia, I don't agree. And about Georgia, why fighters are good. I will tell my experience, my times. I was raised in 90s. It was time when Soviet Union collapsed, and Georgia is former Soviet Union country, and our economy was collapsed. Like that, we didn't have electricity, we didn't have water sometimes, and was food problem, no jobs, nothing. And I remember very good these times. And I remember when we was buying bread and we was buying half of the bread because every other people's wouldn't have. Like this was hard times, and these times probably create who we are. All this region, even Dagestani, Chechnya, all these guys, we saw many wars, we saw many harsh and terrible things that probably kids don't need to see. And these things create us who we are. We have this hunger, and we are also, our society sometimes pushes you that you need to be a man, you need to earn it. You are not a man by born. You are, if you are born in a strong family, yes, you need to prove that you belong to this world as a man. And that takes a lot of power of mind, and my mind's always about this. It's hard for life because any action, sometimes I'm doing something, I'm saying, Roman, this was not right. I'm even speaking to myself. And maybe I know that it would be easier if I would not be like that in my life. My life would be much easier, maybe. But I can't do nothing with myself. I was raised like that, and if I will act differently, deep inside, I have a feeling that I'm betraying the rules, what they teach me, how to behave and act. Before, I had bad thing. I think I had bad thing when I was judging people from my perspective because I thought that every man is like that around the world. But after time, I understand that not everybody raised same. same family, same culture, same traditions, and that's why I just stopped judging people. Before I was, and it was very bad, I think. But think what left, I'm still judging myself, and I always say I'm worst enemy for myself because most harsh I'm with myself and people who surrounds me.
Respect, man. That's deep.
Yeah, I
100%.
love that. Love that, man. Americans. I mean, I feel like MMA fans try to raise their children in that way. You know, you in order to be a man, you have to be strong. You have to help the weak. You have to give back. You have to know how to fix things and put put screws in and put things on the wall or put things together. You have to earn the right to be a man. I feel like the MMA community thinks this way, and a lot of other people think things should just be given to them. So, sometimes they get lucky. Sometimes they do get things given to them. And I'm over here still waiting to build all the stuff that I'm still earning. So, I'll fight for it. I look forward to fighting again this year. And I look forward to seeing you back in the ring competing this year after speaking with you again. Did we ever spar at Jackson Wink at all? One time?
No, 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 no. We didn't. We didn't spar. You left, I think, after a couple days when I came. I think it happened like that. I don't really remember much, but I remember you definitely.
Yeah,
And
I am remembering it a little bit. I thought maybe, but yeah, some
I
good
was always
learning
working with
over
John Jones. We
there.
was sparring a lot, and it was good times for me. Good experience. People like you, like John, like Cerrone, Carlos Condit.
Yeah,
Uh,
some good
uh,
guys over there
yeah, a lot of guys.
from different countries all around the world. There's some.
Yes, yes. It was very interesting. Misha, if you remember Misha, Misha, do you remember
Turkinov?
Misha?
No,
No, no,
not
no,
Misha
no.
Serkan.
Mi-
Misha is the guy behind the desk upstairs. Yeah,
Correct.
okay,
Very good guy. I
good
remember
guy.
him
Yes.
very good. Yeah. And the Coach Wink. And no, these guys did a lot for. I still think that they did a lot for me, for my career, for my first steps in this high level MMA. There is thing what's between me and John a little bit. I don't like speaking stuff like that. I will not speak even here, but I'm still very thankful to him because he helped me with the understanding of MMA world, and it was a big experience for me training with him. And this all in Jacksonville worked out very good for me, and now I'm very thankful to everybody from there. It was
Amen,
good times
brother.
for me.
Amen. Have you seen our new sport, dirty boxing?
Yeah, yeah, of course, I know.
You saw the
You
dirty
know,
boxing
I'm not
championship?
watching much fights, and I don't even some before I became top fighter, like 6 or 7 fights in my career. Before that, I wasn't even when they were giving me somebody, didn't
You
even
had to
knew
go
who
back
are
and
they
watch
giving
them.
me. Yeah, what I was saying to my manager or coach, please look at him. If you want, I will fight, no problem for me. And I was just fighting. I don't. Some fights I didn't even watch the tape about my opponent. I didn't know nothing. What are they doing? I always was saying, listen, I just need to make him work what I want to do. I don't care what he's doing there. No, it's very strange with me. And I know that sport. I know, of course, dirty boxing.
Good. I'm glad that you watch it, and we hope to blow it up so people can get more
Yeah,
action. There's no
yeah,
grappling
more
over
money.
there, but you don't even have submissions. You just like to fight people.
They're very strange. Like I have, I think, 6 or 5 knockout wins. Yeah, I think, and I have no submission win. Very strange.
You know, Dricus Du Plessis is kind of like that. Like he is a wizard on the ground. Like he submitted a whole Gracie Barra team one time at a tournament. Like, is there something about the middleweight division where you guys are just scrappers up there? Like, what is that about? Because you two are very similar in that aspect.
Yeah, very similar. Very similar. I saw him. He's a good guy. I saw him in Extreme. We didn't work, but I saw him. A couple times he mentioned me before his first title fight against Adesanya. He said that I think Roman will be, I will fight one day Roman. And when I was thinking about it, I said, yeah, fight can be very crazy because we love just go hard. Let's go. You know,
And
he
both of you never
he
get
was
finished.
he was like me before he made no surgery or something like that. He was also like giving all his everything in the first rounds, and he was losing energy like me. But now we both try to all work more smart, and who knows, maybe we'll meet each other and we'll fight for title.
I'm sure we're gonna see that one day.
I want to thank you for your time today. And I'm sure you got a lot of busy things to do. We appreciate you. And I'll be looking out for you, man. It's good to see you again. Anybody you want to shout out? Anything you want to say?
I just want to say thank to your team, and I think it's important that, and I'm very thankful that I have opportunity to speak through you guys to society, and I'm looking for you. I hope you will get a fight what you wanted, and you will get a win.
Thank you,
And the
brother.
best of luck to you and your team and your family.
Same to you, brother. God bless you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much.
much for your
Thank you very
time.
much. Thank you.
See you,
Bye
Roman.
bye. Bye.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was OverDogs podcast today. If there's anything you want to see, anything you want to say, go ahead, leave a comment, like and subscribe to the channel. It's free. It doesn't cost you nothing. It supports us to keep bringing this to you. Ice Bags and me and Matt need all the support we can get. We're trying to bring you guys entertainment. We're trying to bring you guys the good stuff, the best that we can, from some people that you might not have thought you should listen to beforehand either. Roman Dolidze is a very decorated athlete, and he's on his way up, attacking that championship title. Thank you for your time today. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for more OverDogs podcast.